Hey, what's up, guys? My name's Matt. I know you guys don't know who I am, but I'm actually a good friend of Mike's. Mike and I go way back. He's been a role model in my life and been a camp counselor of mine for a long time. At Sky Ranch for about 4 years, and then in high school at Young Life for about four more. He's a pretty solid dude. So shout out to Mike. What's up? But he wanted me to come and talk to you guys maybe about camp and about inviting people to go. I know that might be kind of a daunting experience and kind of hard to try to convince your buddy that might not know about the Lord or what he's all about to try to get him to go to a Christian camp. But I have a friend of mine, his name is Mauricio Velasco, who was never really a Christian, never really was all about God, actually used to mock God pretty openly throughout high school. But we stayed close friends regardless, just because we liked who each other were, but we really didn't have a spiritual foundation to our relationship. I went to Young Life Camp my first year as a sophomore and had an unbelievable time. Those of you that have been there, you understand where I'm coming from. And we decided to go back again our next year as juniors. So a lot of my best friends had gone, but Mauricio was the one guy that I knew hadn't come, but I wanted to come. So he would come to Young Life sort of throughout the year, and I just make sure he had a great time at club. And towards, the end of the second semester, towards summer, I called him. I was like, hey, I'm at Jamba Juice right now. I know you're getting out of soccer practice. Come meet up with me so we can hang out. And he's like, okay, we will. So he came and sat down, and he asked what I was doing this summer that summer. And I told him that I was going to Young Life Camp at the beginning, in June. And he asked, what it was all about. And, I told him how much fun we had and how all of our best friends had been there last year and how we really wish he would have been there. And he said that, he was thinking about going. So I was pretty stoked, prayed about it, and kept getting on to him about getting his payments in and being able to go. And finally, he called me one day about 2 weeks before camp. He was like, hey, I just called Chase Walker, who was our Young Life leader, and he turned in his money, and he ended up going to camp. And, he completely transformed from being an outspoken atheist, not believing in God, to at the end of that week accepting God into his life, which is, to this day, the most incredible, fulfilling experience I've ever had in my entire life. So why should you take someone? Was another question that Mike wanted me to talk about. For those of you that have been there, for those of you that consider yourself Christians now, I feel like it's very clear in the Bible that the entire thing is about Jesus, who was put on mission. He was put on this earth in order to bring us to know him and have us come to his kingdom in heaven. And we've experienced that. We've accepted that into our lives. And after you accept that for yourself, that's exactly why you should want to go and share that with other people. Because it's so significantly impacted and changed your life, hopefully, that you should want nothing more than for everyone that you've ever loved or cared about to want the same exact thing. Because I just know how greatly it's changed my life, and it's the way that I've lived. And I want the same thing for everyone that I come to meet. It says in Acts, in chapter 20, verse 24, it says, however, I consider my life worth nothing to me. My only aim is to finish the race and complete the task the Lord Jesus has given me, the task of testifying to the good news of God's grace. That pretty much says it all. We just need to be able to go out there and testify to what we experienced, what we've accepted, and what's molding us and changing us every single day, and transforming the way we live our lives. And that's Jesus, and that's God. And you guys know how powerful it is, and how powerful his presence is at these Young Life camps. And you should want your friends to go there and want them to be there with you. And I know that it might be hard to invite somebody. You might not think that you have a spiritual basis with them, or you feel like you can't approach them about talking about God or going to a camp that praises the Lord or wants you to find the Lord. But you just have to trust in the Lord with all that. That's nothing that we have any control over. It's nothing that we can handle or do. We just have to be open and tell them we just love them and we want them there with us. And once we get them there, it's not on us anymore. The Lord will work in his own mysterious and glorious way, just like he worked in your life and he's worked in mine. So I don't know what else Mike really wanted me to say, but I guess encourage your friends to go to camp. Keep pressing on after them. It's hard at first, but that day when you know that you played a part one way or another, and having one of your best friends or somebody you might have hardly even known come to know God and have their life saved is an experience that is unlike any other and that I've experienced before, and I want the same for you. So, yeah, I mean, nice meeting you guys over, this video chat. Hopefully I'll meet you guys in person soon. God bless. Have a great night, and keep enjoying club.
Guys, my name is Mauricio Velasco, and that's my best friend, Matt Mitchell. Just like he was saying, man, he brought me to camp. He did the things that he was supposed to do, and that's just like love on others, especially someone who's me, just walking alone in life, so broken, and like it was all true. Never believed, always an atheist, and always really skeptical about Christianity and religion. And man, like, thank God for him, and just like bless him for like all the things he's done and what Young Life has done for me by just taking me to camp. Like, if you don't believe me, like I'll even prove it to you.
Friends telling me, hey, like, come to church with me, and I always just said, like, no, that's not really for me. And they would invite me to mission trips, or they'd invite me to go on Sundays or Bible study with them, and I would always pass. And finally, one of my best buds, Matt Mitchell, he told me, Mauricio, you're going to camp this summer. You're going to camp. We're going to Crooked Creek. Come with us. And I said, all right. I came. And I really went there just to have a good time with my friend.
See, like, it's true, man. That was me 2.5 years ago, going into my senior year, and he grabbed me. He was like, Mauricio, I love you. Like, you're one of my best friends. I need you to come with me. And that's the way you need to go about it with your friends. Like, I know I've talked to like all of you guys, girls, the second time returning to camp. You guys have 1, 2, 10 friends that have never been to camp. So you need to go up to them, tell them, you know what? I love you. Like, you're one of my best friends, and I want you to spend the greatest week of my life with me. Go do it, because that's what we're supposed to do. In Matthew's 28:19, he says it. Therefore, go make disciples of all nations. Go grab someone and just say, I love you. Come with me. I want to show you where I find bread. And that's what we're supposed to do, guys. Just proclaim the word, because he's just like far greater than anything. So I'm telling you, go. Find 2, 3 friends that you know, or just never been to Young Life, or don't even know what camp's about, and just talk to them about it. Meet with their parents. Meet with them. Take them to a Jamba Juice the way Matt took me. And I'm telling you, like, you can be a Matt Mitchell and a Mauricio Velasco story where you change someone's life. So if you don't believe me, like, call me. I'll give you my number. Call me maybe.